What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. You know, B. Simone is kind of one of those people that is a self-proclaimed Christian. And when we get through the clips, you'll see almost everything she talks about is Jesus and God and loving God. And when you see, how B. Simone dresses sometimes, it's everything but that. But, being a Christian is more than just saying you're a Christian. You actually have to do what the Bible says, especially in how you treat people. And we're going to find out that B. Simone has a problem not only with treating people nice, but also a level of accountability. And then also she has a very big, self-aggrandizing behavior. But basically, let's kind of talk about B. Simone. She's been through a whole lot. She's from Dallas, Texas. And at one point, B. Simone did not believe in God and she was poor, all right? She didn't go to college or anything like that. Basically, what happened is she moved to Atlanta and she's working at a strip club actually as a bartender. And she was trying to get the money to go to LA. And you're going to see how she's reflecting on where she's come from.
Dear God / universe. Y'all, when I write now, I say / Jesus. I don't know nothing about no universe. But this was where I was back then, okay? Don't judge me. September 19th, 2014. Dear God / universe. Today I woke up early. It's going to be a busy day. Marie, that's my friend Pharaoh, who I'm still friends with, is flying in from ATL and I have to get my hair done and get some hair for her before she gets here. I was gonna work today or tomorrow at Baby Dolls. That is the strip club I used to work at. I was a waitress there, but I don't have time. I have so much to do before I go to LA Sunday. I'm going to LA for my friend's birthday. I just got back from ATL. I was there for 3 weeks and man, it was the best trip. It was so good. I'm moving there in 3 weeks. I just have to get a car because Baby Red won't make it. Baby Red was my first car, y'all. I'm about to cry.
And B. Simone does some, kind of comical things. She's always kind of, preaching and things and, let's say pretending to sing gospel songs.
The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar.
And also, she's kind of like a self-help guru. You're trying to tell people what they should be doing.
Don't bleed on other people. You've got to get help. You have got to grow. You have got to evolve. Every single decision you make does not only affect you, it affects your friends. It affects your family. It affects your kids. It affects your significant other. It affects your co-workers. It affects strangers that you encounter on a day-to-day basis. Your healing is just not for you. It's for every single person that God called you to. You cannot continue to bleed on everybody else.
But this one takes the cake. B. Simone takes a real big, nasty shot at her former friends.
Baby, let me tell y'all something. I'm not lonely. I am alone. I am not isolated. I am in solitude. Okay? I am not in a rush to be around you weirdos. Okay? Y'all are weird. Okay? I am in my bed doing my 5-minute journal. You know I got I got the Bible next to me. I'm fine. See, I was all worked up and diddly willy and all over the place when I was around y'all. But now I am fine.
So remember, B. Simone ended up, dumping Megan Ashley and all her friends. So her ex-friends all got together. When they hung out for Christmas, they were kind of posted up. You see the friends group, really nice for Christmas, but she's seemingly not on the list. And Letitia Marie Gardner, one of the ladies on the list, said, honestly, she said we don't serve her anymore and cut us all off individually. And we still don't understand why. But we respect her decision and wish her well. We're grateful we all still have each other. This was no shade to her. So as you can see in this picture, Letitia Gardner commented that they're only missing Jackie O, which is, and B. Simone was in that group. So basically that was a shade to her, no matter how you slice it. B. Simone got word of this and posted on her story, I plan on being much meaner next year, so please don't play with me. And people started to call her out. And Diva Duchess, she goes, after all of that Jesus talk? Other people say, girl, you're not even funny, so who's checking, mean girl? It's a Pam hose. Well, this isn't very godly. Miss Kiki, she's so unlikable and not not even funny. Miss Jade, she's always been super corny. Like, people are calling her out. And this is the problem with, I hate to say, just people in general, but, you know, a lot of black Christians in particular. And this is not just limited to black women or anything like that, because, you know, it could be some black men like this too. But ultimately, I see a lot more sisters because they are in church. And a lot of Christians have the propensity to basically call you out for everything that you're doing. And they're doing the same thing. And, you know, and in the moment that you see somebody calling you out for something that you did, now you're going to be mean to everybody. What? Like, that's crazy. You're supposed to be this godly Christian. You know, you're supposed to love your neighbor. If that's the case, I mean, I'm just saying, ain't that what the Bible say? Love your enemies? No, you didn't do that. I'm planning on being mean to you next year. So don't come for me. You about to get this smoke. And that's how you know all of this is a fraud. You got to understand, B. Simone, I hate to say it, B. Simone came from, I think, a very like challenging background. And kind of this is her first time getting money. B. Simone is, you know, trying to get to the bag. And I don't think is like a very responsible person. And, you know, when it comes to getting to the bag and, you know, doing whatever she needs to do, she's very selfish. And you wonder why ladies like B. Simone have a hard time with friends in the first place. Then you go over to the men and you know why she ain't got a man. It's almost certain. And a lot of times when I'm noticing I'm getting older, a lot of people don't just have men or women problems. They generally have problems with humans at all. They just completely have problems. And so a lot of times people are like, oh yeah, you know, certain black men can't get along with black women or black women can't get along with black men. No, they can't get along with anyone, anybody. They have a problem any way they go. They have no way of getting along with anybody, and can't nobody tell them that they have a problem. And the sooner that you do that, they're gonna get on their high horse like Tiffany Hinger. Like, oh, I'm God's anointed. You better not touch me. You better watch out. Touch not thy anointed. You know, do my prophets no harm. So all of a sudden they're gonna start using God for a scapegoat. God told me to cut you off. And really, they're the ones that's not, you know, apologetic or not repentant, don't care about how they treat people. Then they get on their high horse and go around and tell everybody else what they ought to be doing. And really, the problem is them. And you can't tell them nothing. And I see so many, I hate to say it, I see a lot of ladies, not everybody, but I see ladies that is kind of like this. And I'm like, okay. Okay, so where do you expect somebody to deal with you in this kind of situation? And you gotta always remember, the ladies that got a hard time hanging out with women, that shows me something. Like, if you always have a hard time, you know, dealing with your women folk, like you always falling out, like somebody that's your best friend, you know. And we know women, they have, you know, more best friends than a lot of men do. You know, we gonna have the same best friend for a long time. You know what I'm saying? We don't be changing up best friends like that. Men don't do that. Like, I meet somebody, he's my best friend. No, it takes time to develop that. But women, they can, you know, kind of bond a little bit more quickly. But then in those relationships, if, you know, all of a sudden you're always the one cutting somebody off and people are going around talking bad about you, then that doesn't look good. I don't care how you slice it. It just doesn't look good. And then you come out and say, you know, and you throw shots at people. Like, I'm so glad I'm done with y'all. I ain't got to worry with y'all no more. Like, that's what you're saying. You're the one shouting at your former friends. Oh, I got my Bible. I don't need none of y'all. So then they come back and clap back. And that TikTok video that she put out basically was in November. So you started the beef. It ain't like they started it. So you're supposed to be able to say whatever you want to say about your former friends and treat people like how you want to treat them. And they're supposed to just sit back and not say nothing. Is that what they're supposed to do? I don't think so. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shady Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.